and Quinton Chievous. The remaining Hampton student-athletes are available in the locker room at this time. We'll ask Coach Joyner to please make an opening statement. Then we'll take questions first directed for our student-athletes.
I thought our kids competed well, especially in the second half, and I thought they competed well the first 10 minutes of the second half. We did have a session in the first half about that last 10, 11 minutes, but we did get a little unraveled, and I thought we got caught up in the moment a little bit. But, that's understandable at this stage, especially when you've never been there before. But overall, no one's happy with a loss, but I am pleased with the overall effort. I thought Quinton played one hell of a game. Again, as I said all year, he's a warrior, and he played like one. We probably playing and this is not an excuse, it's just a little bit of reality for us, probably our 8th game in about 12 days. So I think a lot of the little shots that we normally hit, we didn't make. But, a lot of that you have to credit to Kentucky, too. Jesus, they're long. And you have to make some shots over some long people, and it makes it difficult. But I'm proud of the way we competed and the way they represented themselves for the better part of that game.
We're looking for questions for the student-athletes from Hampton. If you have a question for Reginald or Quinton, please raise your hand. We'll send a microphone in your direction. We have one right in the center of the room on the right side. Our microphone attendant's making his way to Jerry right now. Just on your left.
Jerry Tipton, Lexington Herald-Leader. Quinton, how much was your ankle bothering you, and what did you think of how you guys competed?
I wasn't really thinking about my ankle. I didn't really feel pain till after the game, till it was over. I think my team competed great against the #1 team in the country. I feel like if we didn't have a couple of those turnovers in the beginning, when they were up, I think it was 14-18, I feel like it could have been a little bit different. But you really can't gamble and turn the ball over against Kentucky. You got to have a perfect game if you're going to beat them. And I feel like we kind of just lost control right there. And then it was a little too late in the second half when we made a run to come back.
Continuing with questions for the Pirates student-athletes, Reginald or Quinton. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll send the microphone attendant in your direction. Any questions for the student-athletes from Hampton? Final question for the student-athletes from Hampton. We'd like to thank Reginald and Quinton for joining us here in the main interview room. They're going to make their way back toward the locker room. The Hampton locker room continues to be open. We're looking for the first question for the head coach, Edward Joyner Jr. Please raise your hand if you have a question for Coach Joyner. Back toward the middle, Jerry.
Coach, you mentioned their size. How much did that impact things?
I think that's the difference in the game because when you try to double down, they're big enough to throw out and they're talented enough to throw out. And definitely when it comes down to the part about rebounding, the size and their size can also run the court and create problems for you in transition. Defensively, they're able with that size to switch 1 through 4 and sometimes 1 through 5. So that disrupts your offense. So the size did bother us, a lot. I think that's the key to the ball game, not just against us, probably everybody that they played this year. If you can't combat that with bigs who are able to step out, we tried to use, what size we didn't have, like Quinton and Charles Wilson Fisher in certain situations. We tried to use them to attack their bigs, and we were actually successful, in a couple of situations, but we couldn't get enough of it, to really get us where we wanted to be, by the end of the ball. To keep us in that ball game, and then. When you come with 2 7-footers and bring 2 more 7-footers off the bench, it can begin to wear you down. And I think that was a problem for us. They just wore us down.
Next question's in the center toward the back.
Stan Luter, Urban Sports, ESPN. Coach, the fact that you had 4 juniors to play, the fact that you come off your conference championship tournament winner, how excited do you feel about the next season? Your team competed today. They played well in the last 3 weeks. Got to be excited about next year?
Very excited. Again, we only had 1 senior, Emmanuel Korba. But, the one thing I think our team should take care of is if we're able to, 1, God willing, be healthy, and then 2, if you're able to compete, at this level, for an entire season, and you're lucky enough to get this opportunity again, you don't have to play the likes of a Kentucky. You can probably get somebody that you can compete against a little better. But at the end of the day, I think these kids learn some valuable lessons. As coaches, we learn some valuable lessons, and we learn some good things about ourselves. So, we got to get back and handle some things we need to handle academically, but then we're going to get back to working on next year, and maybe we won't be in this position. Now, when I say that, not having to be the 16 seed, facing the number 1 seed.
Follow-up question in the back.
Follow up on that real quickly. With the success you've had the last few weeks and the success of your tournament, does this make a great name for the MEAC to let everybody know that the MEAC is a very competitive conference and the things that you can do and look forward to the future, not only for your team but for your conference?
By all means. I don't think we get the credit that we're due for the teams that we have. We made it and Central didn't, but Central's an outstanding team. Maryland Eastern Shore is an outstanding team. Howard's an outstanding team. And Norfolk's an outstanding team. We have 5 teams in postseason this year, which is probably a record for us. I don't know. But all of those teams competed well. Non-conference, I think we won a lot of games, as a conference. Again, sometimes I think we don't get the credit for the teams that we have. But if we can continue to do things like this, I don't like to lose. I don't by any means. But if we're able to battle the number 1 team in the nation to a 34-38 second half, and if you don't have the problems that you have in the first half, that says a lot about us and it says a lot about our conference. And hopefully we can build on this from here. And we got to continue to compete in the non-conference in the non-conference games and stay competitive so we can eventually get the credit that we're due.
The next question's in the front on the right side. Just a note, we'll use the left-hand microphone.
Coach Tim Warsinski from the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Coach, you brought your team up here. You won a tournament game. You go up against Kentucky. You scored more points than 20 of their opponents this year on this stage. You talked about lessons that the kids learned. What did your kids gain? What do you think they gained from this? And what did your university gain from this, playing on this stage?
First of all, the publicity that you get from playing the number 1 team in the nation and all the hoopla that's around Kentucky. They came and followed us. They followed me walking my kids through the mall. To get that type of exposure and to hear your university's name announced that many times, not just on national TV, but throughout Facebook and Twitter, and that's probably $10 million worth of free publicity. That we got this week, and you can't, and you can't pay for that. You can't. That was a great thing. The biggest, again, the thing that we kept telling our kids was stay together. Don't let the moment get too big for you. You're gonna make mistakes. You'll be fine. But I want you to continue to compete. I think the biggest lesson that they learned was what it takes to compete at this level. And if you do the things that you're supposed to do, I don't care if you're at Kentucky, I don't care if you're at Hampton, I don't care if you're at the Little Sisters of the Blind. If you do the things that you're supposed to do, that we can play at an elite level. Now, luckily, we don't have to play against the likes of the people that they play against every night. But again, you just said something that one of my sisters told them in the locker room. You scored more points than UCLA and some other people did. You did some good things out there. Now, right now, they can't see that. But as time goes, they'll absorb the good things that they did tonight and the great things that they did over the last 2 weeks for themselves, their families, and the university.
We have a few more minutes for questions for Coach Joyner. If there are any, just raise your hand. We'll send the microphone attendant in your direction. Any further questions for Coach Joyner? We have another one for Jerry in the middle of the room.
Coach, you talked about beforehand about how good you thought Kentucky was. Now you've seen them in the flesh. How good are they in your mind?
They're as good as advertised. I think they don't have a recognizable weakness for us. You know what I'm saying? I know when they have to play the likes of some of the top 5, 10 teams in the country, it's some things that they can attack in a different way than we probably could. You know, for what we thought we can, for the things that we thought we can attack, I thought that we got everything out of it. You know, but, you know, my top 3 scores, 3 of my top 4 scores, and not having Dwight McKeel, when they have tough, when Deron Powers, Reginald Price, and Brian Darden have tough shooting nights like that, it's going to be hard for us to win. You know, but I mean, playing anybody. But again, Kentucky is as good as ever. They have good size. They have great wings. Ulis and the Harrison twins are great guards. You know, it's going to take a good team to beat them, and you're going to have to be the better of 40 minutes. You know, as I told our team, you don't have to go in being the best team. You got to be the best team that night. You know, but it's going to take a great 40 minutes to beat those guys because again, at one point in the game, probably late in the game, I asked one of my assistants, well, when is he going to sub his bench in? He said they are in. You know, so their back 5 is just as good as any team in the country I've seen on TV. And I thought we competed well against them. I want to commend my kids for that.
We have time for one final question for Coach Joyner, if there is one. Final question for Coach. We'd like to thank Coach Joyner for joining us in the main interview room. The Hampton Pirates locker room is still open.
Thank you.